Good morning, everyone. Can you guys hear me at the back with the lapel mic? Am I okay there? Thank you, David, for the introduction and for having me at this conference. It's fantastic to speak to an amazing group of retailers like all of you. And congratulations, David, for putting this event together and having all of you in the room. The only problem I had with the program was that I was speaking after Adrian Hayes, So I said to myself, what can I say to you that will keep you interested after hearing about him speak about the poles, about Mount Everest, K2, the desert. But I try my level best, to keep you interested for the next 20 minutes or so. And as a Dubai resident, we are really proud of Adrian's achievements, his courage and his commitment to the environment. And he is a fantastic ambassador for the city of Dubai, and we are really glad that he uses Dubai as a base. So from my part and from all of us, let's give him a big hand as a Dubai ambassador. I can't see him here in the room, but our best wishes to him for K2. What I'll do today is just talk to you a little bit about the Dubai Duty Free story. We started in 1983, and before Dubai Duty Free started, this is what we had as retail in the airport. So the offer to the passengers was very poor. The income that the government was getting from the retail operation was minimal, and overall it was not an acceptable situation. And the Director General of the airport at that time, Mr. Mohiddin Binendi, was transiting through Shannon Airport, saw the duty free there, and decided to invite them over to Dubai to set up Dubai Duty Free. So 11 people from Shannon came, and they set up Dubai Duty Free, and this is what it looked after they set it up. This was in 1984. So this was the contrast to what you saw in the previous slide. And 3 people from that team stayed back to run Dubai Duty Free for the government of Dubai, and 2 of them are still here. Mr. Colin McLaughlin, who is our Executive Vice Chairman, and Mr. George Boran, who is our President and who is my boss. So 30 years later, we now have retail spread across 3 terminals, about 30,000 square meters of retail. What you see in this picture here is Concourse A, and this contributes to about 25% of our business now. We also have Terminal 2, where Fly Dubai operates from, and this is about 7 or 8% of our business, but very fast growing because Fly Dubai is growing so quickly. And we have Concourse B, which is about 40% of our business and the most important part of our airport retail offer. And finally, we have Concourse A, which we opened in January of this year, and this is the concourse that I'll use to just try and give you a sense for what our retailing approach is. We opened this concourse in January, and if you're a passenger and you come out of the escalator or the SkyTrain, this is the first shop that you see in Concourse A. And we do this to give you a sense of place as a passenger. Because nowadays when you're transiting through airports, you might forget where you are, because all these airports look the same, the brands are the same. So this tells you that you're in Dubai and you're experiencing what Dubai Airport has to offer. And then if you turn right, then you will see our watches and gold offer. And gold is very important to us and to the city of Dubai. We sell about 3 tons of gold a year from this operation. And then the next outlet that you would see would be watches. We sell about 250,000 watches a year, and all the major brands of watches we carry, Rolex, Omega, and so on. And if you were to turn left when you come out of the escalator, then you see our fashion offer. So we opened a Salvatore Ferragamo shop here, we opened Gucci, and next January or February we'll open Chanel and Hermes. And in front of the fashion offer, we have perfumes and cosmetics, which is about 22% of our business, another very fast growing category, growing by about 15-16% a year. and very, very popular with passengers from the Far East and other places. And on both sides of our shop, we anchor it with our Finest Surprise and Millennium offer. When we started Finest Surprise in 1989, people said to us that you will not be able to sell tickets for a car raffle, you should give away the tickets. Like all of you guys do in promotions, yeah? In your shopping malls. We have sold 1.5 million tickets after that. And we have raffled about 1,500 cars, and we made about 150 or so millionaires in the Millennium Arena. It's still a very popular promotion for us. And in both the ends, we use a lot of digital media, like these screens that you see here. We sell advertising on the digital media, and it's a good source of income for us. Next to the Finest Surprise Millennium, we have liquor, tobacco, food and confectionery. We sell about 15 tons of food and confectionery a day. So large volume business, and these four categories contribute to about 35% of our total turnover. And one of the reasons why logistics is so important, because it's heavy and it is volume. And then going 40 kilometers from here in Al Maktoum International Airport, we also have a retail offer there. Sheikh Mohammed opened Al Maktoum International on the 27th of October. We have about 2,500 square meters of retail there. Fantastic location in the middle of the passenger terminal building. So we have a main departures facility there. And then we have two smaller shops on two sides, one for food and confectionery, one for liquor and tobacco. And this airport for us is operating quite well, and you'll see how the development progresses. Towards the end of my presentation, I'll tell you more about Al Maktoum International Airport, but I just wanted to say at this stage that we are operating the duty-free there and generating revenue every day as we speak. So the retail that I sort of quickly showed you so far is supported by what I would say are 3 or 4 major elements. The first element that supports it is obviously leadership and people. We are extremely fortunate to have Sheikh Ahmed as our chairman. Sheikh Ahmed is also the chairman of the airport, the chairman of Emirates Airlines. So we have extremely good coordination with the airport, and we work very closely together with them. And his support to my boss, Mr. McLaughlin, has been exemplary over the last 3 decades. And then in terms of people, we have about 6,000 people who support us in this operation from 50 different nationalities. We do 1,000 sort of training events a year, and we try and deliver this service that we would like to deliver to the 60 million people who go through the airport. So the first element in terms of what supports the retail business is leadership and people. The second element in which I'll focus on today is technology and logistics. And that is something that in conferences like this you rarely see. What you see are nice pictures of shops. But supporting the shops and supporting the business that goes on there, you need technology and you need logistics. The third aspect of our success, and which I'll also touch upon, is marketing. We work very hard to create the Dubai Duty Free brand, and I'll tell you a bit about it. And I'll finish my presentation with a quick look at the future in terms of Dubai Airport and Dubai Duty Free itself. But before I start all of that, I show you one slide which will hopefully say to you, or hopefully support my premise that we are successful in what we do. Because I saw on the brochure and the program, success of Dubai Duty Free, and you guys might be wondering, why should we just assume that Dubai Duty Free is successful? So this slide shows you the sales graph over a 30-year period. We started from $20 million in 1984 to $1.8 billion this year. And this is the kind of a slide that most retailers would give an arm for, to have this kind of growth. And this growth translates into 17% compounded growth over this period. And during the same period, the passenger growth compounded by about 10.5%. So there were 3.5 million passengers using the airport in 1984, and now we have 66 million passengers using the airport in 2013. So the difference between 10.5% and the 17% is what we can take credit for as Dubai Duty Free, because we were able to grow the sales and grow the revenue faster than the growth in passengers. And some of you are really skeptical, might be thinking, what about inflation? Inflation obviously plays a role. It's very hard to get historical information about inflation, but the best guess that I have is that it probably contributed 2.5%, to this figure. But overall, we have been able to build the business during this time. We won about 250 awards during the same period. And if you take a metric, like for example, something that Mike would be familiar with, which is sales per square meter, we do about $66,000 per square meter this year. Last year we did $82,000 per square meter before Concourse A opened. So on 3 or 4 metrics, whether it's awards, whether it is sales growth, whether it is sales per square meter, we believe that we have done well in the last 30 years or so. So I'll now switch to technology and logistics, and I have a slide which shows you the evolution in terms of technology along with the growth and development of the airport. I joined Dubai Duty Free in 1987. At that time, it was a completely manual operation. Everything was done by hand. We started the computerization then. The first application we implemented was payroll, and then we developed the other applications, and the business grew. Then in 2001 was the first big step in terms of technology or in terms of business applications when we implemented Oracle 11i. And Oracle 11i basically helped us to clean up our back office, improve all the processes, and deliver high quality information to all the users of the systems in the back office. And together with the work that we did with Oracle 11i, we also worked on the point of sale. The point of sale is your primary location where you're delivering service to the customers. And it's really important to have good technology at the point of sale. We invested in NCR cash registers. We also did integration with credit card authorization. Many of you from the United States or from the Far East take credit card authorization integration for granted. But in this region, most retailers have a situation where a sales assistant does one transaction for the sale and does a separate transaction for the credit card authorization on a separate terminal, and increases the chances that you would either overcharge the customer or undercharge the customer. And you have to reconcile the two things. So in 1999, we integrated credit card authorization. We do 20,000 credit card transactions a day. So you can imagine the benefit of integrating your credit card transaction into your sale application. And what we also did was other bits and pieces, like for example, we were the first people to do dynamic currency conversion, where customers who come from other parts of the world with credit cards that are issued in other currencies can have a choice of whether they should pay in their own currency or whether they should pay in UAE dirhams. If they pay in their own currency, we make a little bit of money. If they pay in UAE dirhams, we don't make that little bit of money. But we give a choice to the customers, and 70% of our customers, if they're given a choice in terms of currency, choose to pay in their home currency. And we really fought very hard with MasterCard and Visa to allow them to introduce this here, because they were not, let's say, very anxious to introduce this in this region. And we succeeded. And we also use the point of sale for other things like digital advertising and so on, and make a little bit of money for it. So in between 2000 and 2008, we invested in the Oracle 11i and in the point of sale technology. And as we were getting closer to 2008, and as the Terminal 3 opening was starting to come upon us, we realized that logistics will be extremely important, because as the airport expands, and as you have more and more real estate in the airport, the same amount of business is split in multiple locations. So when you open 8,000 square meters, for example, and you open Terminal 3, you might double your your retail space, but the number of passengers don't double. The number of passengers are the same number of passengers that you had the previous year with a little bit of organic growth. So in logistics, the challenge is how do you support multiple locations when the size of the business is not growing in proportion to this increase in the area of the business. So what we did was we built a new distribution center and we decided to go for automation in the distribution center. And the reason we went for automation was that we needed to increase the density of storage and we needed to be able to pick more productively. And we put in the automated system and we put in a whole bunch of Oracle retail applications to support the automation. I won't get into the details of this, but I'll just focus on one application, which is the warehouse management system. And this warehouse management system is really what drives the automation in the warehouse. And what we have in terms of automation is trains that support a pallet storage system like this. So any pallet that comes in is put away by a train. You see the train in this picture here. And because some items are not suitable for palletization, like for example lipsticks or small items, we also have a system called a tote system where you have these blue totes which are stored in a big cube like this and supported by automation. And then when you get an order from the shop floor, the totes are brought to a picker, the picker stands on a line and he picks the cosmetics or the perfumes or whatever. And last year, we also built a new tote system called a shuttle, where instead of having a train that moves on an aisle, you have a small shuttle which is over 35 kilograms that takes each tote, these grey boxes, and brings it to the end of the aisle and drops it down using an elevator. And then you have a picker who is standing on something that looks like a workstation and picks from here. Okay? So the picker is always in that location and the items keep coming and he picks from that and he fulfills the order to the shop floor. And every day we get about 450 orders from the shop floor. We move about 600 pallets of merchandise and we sell about 70 to 80 million units of merchandise a year. So all of this we did. We opened the new facility in 2008, and because of the Oracle retail applications, because of the investment in logistics and automation, we were able to grow the business from $1 billion in 2008 to $1.8 billion this year, and tripled our area, because we opened Concourse B and Concourse A this year, tripled our area, tripled the number of locations without adding one person to the warehouse. My warehouse strength was 215 people in 2008 and it is 215 people today. Even though the business has gone up and the complexity of the business has increased. So that's really the investment in automation, and that's what David was alluding to when he made the introduction. The last bit that we are doing in terms of transformation is the e-commerce. Mike gave us fantastic statistics in terms of e-commerce. I have been an extremely reluctant convert to e-commerce, and I have given every excuse under the sun not to make a serious investment in e-commerce. We had a website in 2001. We have been selling our Final Surprise and Millionaire tickets through the website, but didn't have a serious presence. But we have reached a point now where a serious presence is important. Customers must know what we are selling, what price we are selling, and whether we have something in stock. So we started a project this year, and it's basically a click and buy solution. What we would do when we go live end of January is give people an option to reserve an item online and come to the shop and pick it up. We are not thinking of doing fulfillment right now, as in sending the product to your house, but we would look at that at a future time. And this is a big project for us. Retailers like us don't have high quality information about our products. We have 200 character descriptions about the products that we sell. So we need to create content, we need to create rich content, we need to give people the ability to search for the information on our website. We need to know what stock we have, which is not easy if you have 30,000 square meters of shop floor retail, and we need to work on this, and that's the reason that it has taken so long, and we hope to go live at the end of January next year. So once the e-commerce site goes live, this is the application stack that we would have. When we have Oracle 12, release 12 in the back office, Oracle Retail in the middle, Oracle Commerce, which is the e-commerce product there, and automation in the warehouse, and our own point of sale system in the front. So that completes the third element in terms of what I was talking to you about as things that underpin the retail success that we have. I want to talk to you a little bit about marketing. Dubai Duty Free has had two lines in its mission statement since 1984. The first line said, provide a first-class service to passengers using the airport. The second line in 1984 said, promote the city of Dubai and Dubai International Airport. And the reason we put that second line in is because if the city of Dubai is promoted and if the airport is promoted, then more people will come to Dubai and they'll spend more money at Dubai Duty Free. So it's a simple logic. So we did a lot of stuff over the years, but sports sponsorship is a big thing. We own and operate the Dubai Tennis Championships, and this is a photograph from the finals that we had last year. We have WTA and ATP event. We get 7 or 8 of the top 10 players in the ATP to come, and 8 to 9 of the top women's players in the WTA to come and to attend the tournament. And this has helped very much in building the Dubai Duty Free brand. We also, of course, use the stadium for other things. This year we did a darts tournament there. Why would anybody go to a place and watch a darts tournament beside me? I don't know. But apparently it is an extremely popular sport in the UK, and it has fantastic television ratings and so on. So we did this Darts Masters finals last year. Because we have the stadium, we built an Irish village, a pub below the stadium, and it's probably the most successful Irish pub in Dubai. And because we have the pub and the area and the aviation club around it, we own the aviation club, we built a hotel. So we built the Jumeirah Creekside Hotel, and we opened the hotel last year. It's operated by Jumeirah but owned by Dubai Duty Free. And we continued our property story by buying 15 buildings in Discovery Gardens in order to house our employees. But the sports sponsorship is very important for us. We support the Dubai World Cup, we support the Dubai Film Festival, we support Dubai the Shopping Festival, the Summer Surprise, and most other things that we get involved in Dubai and elsewhere. And the next picture shows you the important people at Dubai Duty Free. Sheikh Ahmed bin Saeed Al Maktoum, our chairman, Mr. McLaughlin, our executive vice chairman, Mr. George Horan, who's my boss, who's the president, Salah Talak, who's my colleague, who's the senior vice president for marketing, and all of us at the second richest race in the Dubai World Cup is sponsored by us, and this was at the trophy presentation ceremony. But what we did with marketing really is promote Dubai before Emirates Airlines started. Many of you may not realize that Emirates started in 1985. We were promoting Dubai before that. We were promoting Dubai before Dubai Tourism and Commerce Marketing Board even existed. Before there was a concept of Dubai Inc. So all of these things have helped the Dubai Duty Free brand, and we think that when passengers fly through Dubai Airport, they are attracted to Dubai Duty Free and the retail offer that we have. I'll finish my presentation with a quick look at the future in terms of the development of Dubai Airport. This is the layout of Dubai Airport, and what you see basically here is Terminal 3 and Concourse B. You have Concourse C here, and you have Concourse A here. Some of you might be wondering, how did they build C first, then build B, and then build A this year? The reason for that is that somebody had a bright idea last year to renumber these. Earlier this was called Concourse 1, this was called Concourse 2, and this was called Concourse 3. When you stand in front of the airport and look at it, this concourse is on your extreme right, and that is A now. This is in the middle, and it is B. And this is to your left, and it is C. I still have difficulty in saying A, B, and C. I still sometimes refer to these concourses as 1, 2, and 3, but that's the story. So we did that, and what we also did, or what we're also doing, is we are building Concourse D here. So from January of 2015, all airlines other than Emirates will use Concourse D, and Emirates will use A, B and C. And this is what the Concourse D building looks like. This is a visualization. Now the building is coming up. We are awarding the fit-out contract for the shops inside by end of November or beginning of December in the next few days. The shop will be fitted out by September or October of next year, and we will open the Concourse